guys, as you guys can see, today's video is gonna be a get ready with me. So yeah, today's video, I'm gonna get ready with everything that I bought from the States in November. Give you guys an updated review of each and every single product, and also I'll be swatching all of them. So yeah, I don't want to talk with my bare face for that long, so let's get started with the video. First, I'm gonna put on some lip balm because I have really dry lips. I'm using a Nivea Cream Care lip balm and scented. Okay, moving on to an actual primer. I bought the Touch and Soul No Poreblem primer from Sephora. After a few trials, I realized that I kind of do like it, but the thing is that I usually pair it with another primer, which is like a hydrating, like glowy primer. I only use this around my nose here, and also like places that I feel like I need a little bit more smoothing effect. I use a very tiny bit and then rub it between my fingers and just apply it at the places that I feel like I need some help. Okay, for foundation, I have one foundation. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I really like it. It has been my recent go-to whenever I feel like I need some foundation on my face. I'm not the biggest fan of the applicator. I feel a little awkward putting an enormous doe food applicator on my face because I feel like it's gonna cause breakouts and stuff, but oh well, it's a pretty good foundation. It's a really natural looking foundation. It doesn't provide much coverage, but it evens out your skin tone and provides a really healthy finish on my face. So I really do love this foundation. It blends out so fast, and also it looks really natural on the skin. It doesn't look like that you're wearing any foundation, so I really do like it. I got quite a few of concealer. First, I'll be using my old favorite, which is the Born This Way concealer. This is a hydrating concealer, and this one I'm pretty sure is in the shade Very Fair. So it has slightly more of a brightening effect underneath my eyes. It's a hydrating concealer with coverage, because I feel like a lot of more hydrating concealer, they tend to not cover as well. Like, I feel like a lot of hydrating concealer, they can't really cover anything. But this hydrating concealer covers my dark circles pretty well, but also it doesn't dry out my under eyes. So it's a really good concealer that I like. Okay, I'm going for a more natural vibe, so I'm not gonna conceal everything. And then for my spot, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape, which is another old favorite. It's another backup, just in a different shade. This is in the shade Light Sand. But I really hate one thing about the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who has this problem. Is that after you use it for a while, the concealer, whenever you close it, it starts leaking at the side. So it becomes super gross. Like, it's so messy. So it leaves my drawer really dirty too. And every time you put it back in, like, a little bit of concealer will spill out. So it's kind of annoying, but I mean, it's a really good concealer, so what can you complain about it, right? You have to be really slow and careful when you close it. And then when you close it, like, thing will start to leak. Like, it's so gross. Oh my gosh, it's so dirty. But I can't really complain about it because I really do like the concealer, so what can I do? Today, actually, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna pack at home because I'm going to Korea tomorrow, so I really need to pack. So I'm just staying home and pack. But decided to film and look glam while I pack my suitcase. I'm gonna use the First Aid Beauty Avocado Concealer as a highlighting concealer. I realized that in wintertime, if I use it directly underneath my eyes, it can kind of shows my dryness a little bit more. So I only use this as a highlighting concealer. It blends out really well, but for underneath my eyes, it is a little drying. But in summertime, I'm pretty sure it'll work fine underneath my eyes. It is actually a really great concealer, but for wintertime, it's a little too matte for my skin. This entire trip, I actually only bought one powder, which is the 8 Cosmetic Byebye Pores Pressed. It's actually a lot of people's favorite back in the days, but I just recently bought it and I didn't really use it that many times because that one time that I used it, I feel like it's too drying for my face. But yesterday I tried again. Actually it's pretty good. It really truly blurs out the pores pretty well, so I do like it. It really blurs out everything. I'm not sure you can tell, but it really makes your face look more smooth. So for photo, I feel like this is really good. But I need to be careful with the amount that I use, because if I use too much, my skin will crack. So I feel like for me, it's gonna be a really nice powder for summertime too, because I do feel like this powder makes my makeup last. Alright, then moving on to my brows. I actually didn't get anything new. For brows, I actually only got the Brow Wiz and also the Glossier Boy Brow, but I can't really use the Glossier Boy Brow on its own, so I'm gonna fill in my brows and I'll be ready. So I filled in my brows with my usual step with the Kate brow powder and also, where did it go? But anyways, my Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. Now I'm gonna use the Glossier Boy Brow and the shade Brown. Yeah. The more I use this brow gel, actually the more I like it. Like, it really leaves my brows looking really natural and not like that super clean and defined look. And actually it lasts pretty well on my brows too. Like, it really makes my brows hair stays in place. And I really don't know what it is about this brow gel. It really makes my brows look fuller. I usually do my cream contour before the powder, but I completely forgot about it, that I got the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in Ember. It's a really natural shade, so it's really nice for you if you have really fair skin, because it has that gray undertone that is not going to be too much, and it's actually pretty easy to blend, and it doesn't leave a sticky finish. Consider that it's a cream contour. A lot of the cream products tend to be a little bit more stickier to have that moisturizing feel, to make it feel more creamy and easier to glide on your face. It blends out on your skin really well and it dries to a really natural finish. It doesn't like dries out your skin, but it does set into your face, so you don't really have to set it. For my nose contour, I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Match Sticks again. I actually have never used this on top of powder. We'll see how it goes. Oh, it actually blends perfectly fine on top of my powder, which is nice. Okay, that's it. Moving on to our eyes. Let's zoom in a little. Okay, now we're a little bit more zoomed in. Let's move on to our eyes. For eyeshadow, I actually only bought one palette, which is the Pure Passion palette from Milani. It looks like this inside. It's a really warm tone palette. I really do like it because most of the shades here blends out really well. And also the colors is really what I'll use. There's no shade in here that's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I feel about this shade, kind of shade. Most of the colors blends out pretty well, apart from the 3 pink shades, shimmery pink shade on the first row, and also the bottom left corner, that shade called Heat is on. It's a little bit chalky, but other than that, all the shades blends out beautifully, so I really do love this palette. Okay, let's first start with a base shade. I'm gonna use the pinky shade right here called Always Pink of Me. This is a matte light pink shade. I'm gonna use a very big fluffy brush and taking the matte pink shade here. This shade actually blends out pretty well and it's surprisingly pigmented. I wanna do a little bit more winged out effect, so I'm gonna blend it a little bit outside of my crease too. I'm basically placing this shade all over my lid. And I'm gonna squeeze my brush like this to make it a little bit more flat. I'm gonna use the pink shade on my lower lash line too. So like this, a little bit of a pink base. And then I'm going to take a crease brush, taking the shade in the middle, the brown right here called Totally Fond of You. I really like this shade. This is probably the shade that I use the most in this palette because it is a really nice, smooth, warm brown. Like, it blends on your eyes like a dream. It blends out so well and the color is so pretty. I'm just gonna buff it into my crease and to my outer corner. It's a really soft shadow, so it blends out really well on my eyes. It's probably one of the shades that is easiest to blend in this palette, to be honest. I really like this color too. It's like a warm milk tea kind of color. I love it. Okay, after this, we're gonna take a main color, which is the roll here. I feel like it's more of the major color in this palette because they're the cranberry deliciousness in this palette. As the main color, I use these two shades more. I'm gonna use this color. I'm gonna create kind of like a, I don't know what I'm creating today. I'm gonna take the shade Biggest Flirt, the reddish one, and I'm gonna be placing it at my outer corner. I'm applying it with a slightly more winged out shape. I actually don't know what I'm doing. But these three main shades and the palette actually blends out really well too. There's that. And then I'm gonna take the same shade at my outer corner on my lower lash line. Okay, after that I'm gonna use a clean crease brush, a bigger one. So a clean fluffy brush to blend out the color a little bit more to make it more even. And I'll be taking the middle shade right here, which is a more bronzier color. This is Sunsets by the Beach. That's the shade name. I'm gonna place this carefully at my upper inner corner. Right here. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but this is a slightly less red version. It's more bronzy and orangey than a cranberry. The one that we put at the outer corner is a little bit more like a cranberry shade. A little bit of this. I'm trying my best to use as much colors on my eyes as possible. I'm really trying. See how this look will turn out. So we actually left the middle empty. Blend out the shade a little bit more again. A little bit. Make sure that you don't blend it out too much to the center of your eyes. We'll handle the lower lash line a little later. But as for the middle shade, like the color, the highlighting shade at the center, I'm gonna take the middle shade right here. The first one is actually the one that's most chalky and doesn't really apply as well, so I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna use the middle shade right here, which is like an orangey, pinky, gold color, and place it at the center of your eyelid. Here. Yeah. And like wipe up the extra and then blend out the edges slightly. Light, but not too much. We wanted the shade to stay at the center. Very little bit. So it's kind of like a halo eye, but not really. So we have to handle the lower lash line a little bit more. I'm going to take the small shader brush again. Taking the darker shade here called Desert Getaway, which is the more brown green color. To place it closer, even closer than the red shade I would put on the lower lash line. That's some more depth to the look. I didn't buy any eyeliner from this trip, so I'm gonna use the shade in here to be my eyeliner as well. This is the shade that I talked about that is a little chalky, but if you're using it as an eyeliner, it's actually quite pretty. So I'm gonna use this shade right here as my eyeliner, which is called Heat Zone. Smudge it close to your lash line as a messy eyeliner. It's actually not that dark, so I'm just setting a base first to smudge it across my lash line. Yeah, so if you're trying to blend this color on your lid, it's a little hard, but if you're doing it as an eyeliner, it's actually pretty good. Putting it a little bit on my lash line as well. Okay, there's that. And then because I feel like this color is not dark enough, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this darkest brown here called Late Date to deepen up the eyeliner color a little bit more. But be more careful with this shade. We don't want it to be smudged as much as the shade that we just put on. We just want a little bit more depth, so just for a little bit. So I really do like this palette in general. I really enjoy it. Now it's time to move on to mascara. First, I'm gonna curl my lashes with my Shiseido eyelash curler, and then put on my Kate Lash Former Lash Maximizer at my base. So I just curl my lashes and put on the lash base. Now I'm gonna just use my heated curler to curl a little bit better. So from this trip, I actually bought two mascara. One is a repurchase from L'Oreal. This is the Lash Paradise Waterproof Mascara that I used to really like. And also I got the Nars Climax Mascara. That also quickly become one of my favorite, and I put it in my yearly favorite. I like both of these mascara, but I have to be honest with you guys. Usually when I'm using these two mascara, I don't use them on their own. I usually use my Hirani Make Long and Curl Waterproof Mascara as a base because that one holds up my curls better. These Western mascaras are much better at volumizing than Japanese ones, but they usually make my lashes drop a little faster. I really like them too, but I don't use them on their own that much. But for today's video, I'm only gonna use these two. So for this eye, I'm gonna use the L'Oreal. For this eye, I'm gonna use the Nars one. Okay, so there's my mascara done. First of all, I have to admit that both sides of my lashes are like, they grow really different. I have better lashes on this side than this side. So this side you will feel like it's not as volumizing, but I actually do really love the Nars mascara. But now using it like side by side, I actually really do like the L'Oreal one. I feel like because my lashes looks better on this side, it makes my lashes look longer and more separated than this side. This side it looks a little messy. Well, but a lot of it has to do with how my lashes grow naturally, because I do have much better lashes on this side. So whatever I apply on this side, it will always end up looking more pretty. But I'll have to say, not bad. Both sides, I really like them. But the problems with these mascara is that it's really hard to do your low lashes because the one is way too big for my eyes. But yeah, I do like both sides. They look really great. I almost forgot that I bought the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow Set. They have 3 shades inside. In the shade they're in the shade Golden Girl, Perlina, and also Kin Karma. I always use Kin Karma, and it is in my yearly favorite. And today I'm going to use Golden Girl. It's more like a bronzy, pinky bronze color. The center and also the inner corner of my eye. Because I feel like I use Kin Karma a lot, so I want to change up the color. But my favorite will forever be the Kin Karma shade because it's so easy to match with all different type of eye look. So there you go. That's my eye look up today. Okay, moving back on to the face, I'm gonna use a little bit more contour. remember that I actually bought these the e.l.f. Primer Infused powders. I really love them all. I've tried them all already and I love them all. I want to use the shade Forever Sunkissed as my contouring shade. I want to use a slightly fluffier brush to do the contour. I really can't use the other bronzer shade that I got because it's way too dark. But this shade I like a lot because it looks really natural on the face. It bronzes up the face, but it looks really natural because it's not orangey. And it works as a contouring shade as well, so I really do like it. It works like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer because it can work as a bronzer as well as a contour all in one, so I really do like it. And these Primer Infused powders, they blend like a dream. They blend out so well. I love them so much. Okay, moving on to blush. I actually bought 3 cream blushes. The first one is the Flower Beauty Nectar Blush Balm. I really like it. And the 2 Glossier Cloud Paints. Okay, now I finally found out the difference between them two. The Cloud Paint blends into your face really well. It leaves a natural, more like a matte finish. It's not entirely matte, it just looks really natural on your skin without any type of glow. But Blush Balm from Flower Beauty actually leaves a really intense, not like intense, it leaves a really dewy finish. So that's the difference. The texture wise, both of them are amazing, so it depends on which kind of look you're looking for. Both of them blends out really well and they're all actually pretty pigmented. But today I'm not sure about an orange shade because I have more of a pinky cranberry shade on my eyes. So I'm gonna mix this 2 shades together and mainly using Storm because Storm is a really intense shade. And I found out the best way to use with cream blushes is with this brush right here. This is the Sephora Airbrush brush in number 55. I really like using it for cream blushes. So mix it together. It creates like a brown brick shade. So for this, you'll have to pat a little bit on your face. Very little bit. And then I'm gonna blend it out with the brush. They blend out so easily. I love them a lot, and they blend into your face really well, and they work perfectly fine on top of powder as well. So if you feel like it's not enough, you can add extra. I'm gonna do this first. Put on a powder blush. So first, I want to talk about the blush I'm not using today, which is the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted blush in the shade Bashful. I really do like it. It leaves a really healthy sheen on your face. It's not intense. It reminds me a little bit of the Climax Cheek Pops because it leaves like a healthy finish, but it's not like intense glow. So I really like it and it lasts really well on my face and the color is so nice. So I really do love this blush. I use it a lot. I'll be using the e.l.f. powder blushes. I feel like for today's look, I should go for Always Rosy. I use the shade Always Cheeky the most because I feel like Always Cheeky is such a nice base for a lot of makeup looks, so I really do like this shade and I use this shade the most. But today I will use the shade Always Rosy because I feel like it matches better. I'll be taking a really small blush brush to use this shade because I already have a pretty intense cream blush on, so I don't want this color to be too intense. So pat it off a little bit, and then I'm just gonna blend around the cream blush, mainly at the corner of my face, to intensify the color a little bit. These blushes, they are really pigmented, so you have to have a light hand They are really pigmented and they last really long. Blush is done. Okay, now it's time for highlighter. So I bought 2 highlighters this time. The first one is the Moonstone highlighter from Becca. I really like it. I use it a lot because it creates a really nice sheen on your face. And also I bought the e.l.f. Plus Glow Highlighter in the shade Moonlight. It's their newer collection. And with this, I also bought the Glow Dewy Mist from the same range. Okay, let me give you a quick review of these 2 products. I really like the highlighter as long as you want the more intense glow, because it is a little bit more glittery than other highlighters that I like, but it actually doesn't really leave your face glittery. From a certain angle you can see the glitter, but it's not too intimidating. So I really do like it, and the texture of it is really nice. But the Dewy Mist from the same range, I'm not quite sure about. It's because first of all, the mist is pretty bad. It doesn't land on your face. You have to hold it really close, and after you spray it, it leaves like white drops on your face. So you have to wait for it to set. And after it sets, it kind of leaves a film on your face. So you have to use a beauty blender to pat it in. But if you pat the mist in, it actually leaves your face a really nice glow. So I'm not sure how I feel about it, but the mist itself is not that great, and I don't really like the scent either. Yeah, it smells like coconut. So it reminds me a lot of the scent of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I don't like. It's not a bad product, but is it the go-to mist that I'll go for? Probably not. But these 2 highlighter, of course, I like the Becca one better because I feel like it really leaves a nice glow from within kind of look. And you can build it up to be really intense. But I do really like the e.l.f. one too, and I feel like the color matches my look today better, so I'll be using this one today. It is a little bit more glittery for sure, but it still blends out pretty well. And then I'm gonna set my face before I put on my lip product. I'm gonna use the Morphe setting mist. This setting spray is just so satisfying to spray on because it is a continuous mist, and it's such a fine mist that blends your powder into your face, so I really like it. Okay, time to move on to my lip product. Surprisingly, I only bought 2 lipstick from this trip, and both of them are in the same range, which is the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip in the shade Berry Healthy and also Bear With Me. Today, of course, I'm going to go with the shade Berry Healthy because it matches with my look better. I really like these lipstick because they are like a liquid lipstick, but a much more comfortable version. They don't dry out your lips like a traditional liquid lipstick, but they're not like the Outer Sand lip from ColourPop either. They do set and they do dry matte compared to the Outer Sand lip, but it leaves your lips feeling a lot more comfortable compared to the matte liquid lipstick. So I do really like it. So I'm gonna use the shade Berry Healthy today. So just to let you guys know, this lipstick doesn't last like a liquid matte lipstick. If you eat, it will come off. It is more long lasting than regular lipstick. It is like a pretty long wearing lip, but it's not like crazy long lasting like lip tint or like a legit liquid lipstick, but it still lasts pretty well on myself. Yeah, I like this look a lot. Hopefully I didn't miss out anything. I don't think I did. I'm actually not sure. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss out anything. Hopefully not. Yeah, I'll update you guys in a couple of hours or at the end of the day. I really need to go grab something to eat and start packing because I haven't packed anything yet. I'm just gonna have a bowl of soup. I'll maybe update you guys in a couple of hours and also at the end of the night to let you guys know how this makeup look holds up. Now it's 2:49 right now. Yeah, it's 2:49 right now. I'm not gonna wear this for that long, probably maybe I'll try to extend it to 8 hours. How about that? Yeah, because I want to shower and get some good rest before I get on the plane tomorrow. Although it is not like an early flight, but still, I want to pack and like relax. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab some lunch and then start packing, and I will see you guys in a couple of hours maybe. Truth behind the scene, once you get off the camera, you change back to pajama if you're not going anywhere. This is what I'm having, just tomato soup. Kind of. Now it's my lunchtime, and for you guys, I'm gonna eat a little bit with my lipstick on to see how it lasts. I mean, if you're eating something crazy like a burger or like pizza, of course it's not gonna last, but for things like this, it might last pretty well. But just to let you guys know, I'm a pretty messy eater. That's why I always wipe my lipstick off. But yeah, even after a few sips, my lipstick still looks perfectly fine. But now I'm gonna wipe it off and eat. So, catch you guys later. Bye. So, I know I look like a mess right now. I took off my contact lens because I feel like my eyes are drying out and they're hurting. And then I made dinner. I just had dinner. Here I am looking like a mess. My hair is a mess, but yeah, I want to update you guys on my makeup. So let's take a little closer look. For the most part, this makeup actually stays on pretty well, and I do like almost everything that I used. Now my concealer kind of rubbed off already because I mean, it's late at night. What time is it right now? It's actually not, it hasn't been that many hours. It's only, yeah, 8 o'clock right now. That primer I do like, but just make sure that you use the right amount. And then the foundation is definitely not a long wearing foundation because it's more of a healthy, glowy kind of foundation. You know, like glowy foundation, they don't usually last as long, but for this foundation I feel like it actually lasts pretty well. Let's see, close up. So I do have a, like, usually foundation likes to separate at the side of my, like, foundation tends to like comes off around my nose and like it will lift, but overall I feel like my skin, like my skin doesn't look too bad. I have something to say about the highlighter. I actually do like it a lot. I didn't realize it the last few times that I used it, but I realized one thing is that the highlighter when you first put it on is not as glittery, but as it goes on throughout the day, the glitter starts to show up more. So I'm not sure how I feel about it now, but yeah, for its price it's not bad, but I'm not the biggest fan of glittery highlighter. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Eyeshadow wise, it holds up pretty well. Yeah, I feel like eyeshadow wise it's not too bad. But mascara wise, you can see that it drops a lot more. Like it dropped a lot already. Like the curl is no longer there because I have really typical Asian lashes that it drops really fast. Overall, like the blush still stays on really well. Lips, I wiped it off at lunch and didn't put it back on because I didn't feel like I need to because I'm only staying at home. Yep, so there's that. So that's pretty much it. I'm sorry that I have to end the video at such a messy look right here. I'm so sorry, but I really need to start packing. I actually just started before dinner, so I do still have quite a bit to pack and need to get ready for tomorrow's flight. Yeah, that's about it for today's video. Again, I'm so sorry that I have to end like right here, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my new videos. All the products that I mentioned and all the social media information is gonna be down below in the description box so you guys can check it out. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!